Today I have a pleasure to be in another special place in Jordan. It's a settlement called Hawaje. I'm sure that my pronunciation isn't correct. And I have a chance to speak with a person who is responsible for places like this. So maybe I won't give an introduction and I will leave this place for you. Who are you?
Hi, my name is Micol. I'm a humanitarian worker and the project manager of the project that is implemented in this kind of informal settlements for Terre, Italia, and in the project in partnership with the Polish Medical Mission and funded by Polish Aid. And yeah, today we are in Hawaje camp. My pronunciation isn't good as well, I'm sorry for that. And in this camp there are around 250 individuals living. Obviously the number is always changing because even if this specific camp has real buildings, in any case they are mobile, so they
And
move
today
around.
we are here with a mobile clinic.
Yes, we are here.
And it is a part of the program of cooperation between Terre, Italy and Polish Medical Mission. Could you explain how this cooperation looked like?
Sure. So this cooperation started around 2 years ago in the partnership between TDH Italy and the Polish Medical Mission. We managed to reach many beneficiaries with maternal health care and pediatric care. In the first 2 years, we focused our intervention in a clinic, so
Mobile
in a,
unit?
both in a
Okay.
clinic at the beginning, and then from the second year, due to the fact that we noticed that on the ground there was the need also to reach people that were not actually able to arrive spontaneously to the clinic, we started operating the mobile clinic, which is made up by a gynecologist, a nurse, an outreach worker, a pediatrician, and a person who drives obviously the mobile clinic. And through the activities we've been able to reach many people that, as I was saying before, were not able to arrive due to transportation reason, but especially due to
Can you tell me how many people live here in this place?
is around 250 individuals.
And in this region around Mafraq and Zarqa, how many settlements like this it's possible to find?
Well, it's very difficult to define exactly the number of settlements because, as I was saying before, they are volatile, so they keep on changing and they move also according to the season. So, for example, the camp that we visited yesterday, it was there in this period of the year, but in winter time it will move southern because obviously
because
of the temperature of warmer weather. So, in general, we assessed in the area of Mafraq around 45 informal settlements, but for sure they are not all. I mean, these are the ones that we identified as the most in need for the services that we wanna give.
I would like to ask you, as a experienced project coordinator here in the Middle East, do you think that there is a simple solution for this situation for those people?
Well, obviously no, there is never, honestly and unfortunately, a simple solution because most of the people that are living in informal settlements arrived in Jordan, let's say illegally, meaning not passing through the formal camps like Zatari camp or Azraq camp. And therefore there is an issue with the lack of documentation. So obviously, if you don't, as in Europe, if you don't have the documentation, you cannot access services that maybe can be given by the government. But in this case, most of the people living in informal settlements, they don't have documentation. So whenever they need to be enrolled in school or access a public health facility, they will not be able to do so because of a lack of documentation. So first there is this issue. Then there's the second issue is a kind of issue of exploitment of the population that live outside, let's say, the law in this case, because they are not registered as refugee. Because usually they are settled in private land. For example, most probably this is a private land and there is a landlord, they have to pay the rent too. So
yeah, so my question is because yesterday we saw people in the tents, and here we can see in the background buildings. So the places are different. I mean, the settlements.
Yeah, absolutely.
People do have to pay for places like this?
Yeah, usually they pay for renting the land. So the landlord will give them a piece of land after a payment, and then they have to ask the permission to the landlord to build these kind of buildings or to put their tents. In case of buildings, obviously the issue is that since it's not a legal contract, whenever the landlord wants to kick them away, he can. So in the end, maybe they invested their own money to build a structure like this and to connect the structure with the electricity, with the water tanks in order to have the minimum standard of hygiene. But maybe tomorrow the landlord can decide to kick them off. So that's why also they are so mobile.
Okay. Thank you very much for this short conversation, and let me speak in Polish for a moment.
Yes, please.
Zapraszam Was wszystkich do wspierania projektów prowadzonych przez Polską Misję Medyczną w rejonie Mafraq, ale nie tylko. Mamy obozy nie tylko w Jordanii, wspieramy też obozy w irackim Kurdystanie, w kilku miejscach w Jordanii. Bez Waszego wsparcia będzie nam bardzo trudno tutaj pomagać. Nie zamykajmy oczu na cierpienie, również to, które jest daleko od nas. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot to you, Martin.